Is there a way to die well?
Yes, absolutely.
How does one die well?
If everything's proceeding naturally as possible, I think the most important thing to understand is that it is natural. It's not something to fight. It's not an invader. It's
not a problem to solve.
Yeah, it's not a problem to solve. It's a welcome conclusion to a life. And those are the happiest deaths, are the ones where the family is all gathered around and say, "Oh no, this is great." Like, mom lived a wonderful life. There's lots of legacy. There's lots to show for it. So I would say understanding it's not an unnatural process. It's as natural as birth. I think the second thing to remember is that, and I think you guys understand this to your core, there is one thing that I think every person on the planet would agree with. We are not meant to be alone.
Yeah.
We are not meant to be lonely. Dying well means, even if you're like the most introverted, quiet person and you secretly die at 3:00 in the morning while everyone's asleep because you don't want to disturb anyone or make a mistake or do it wrong, you're still surrounded by people. You're still surrounded by attendants and someone's witnessing your life. Dying well means being witnessed. There's people around you. Dying unwell would mean a sad time in which you're not surrounded by people.
The first point you made, which is part of dying well, is accepting how natural it is.
Yeah.
That this is a natural part of life. As a hospice nurse, you probably have mostly dealt with people who have lived long lives, but have you dealt with people whose lives are cut short?
Yes, absolutely.
And would you say that that's the case for them too?
Yes, because I think you said something about completion. I think that's a good word for it. I immediately thought there's this, mid-30s woman dying of a horrible cancer, and she had fiance and kids. And I remember when I walked into her room, she was, for the first time, it was messy and she had all these medical problems with her. But I had this instinct that she did not need nursing care. She needed someone to redecorate her room and open the windows and, talk to her as if she was a person. And so we became very good friends. Well, she died tragically at 36 with no legacy, like kids in the making. But on her deathbed, her fiance married her. That was a completion moment in her life. So her fiance, her family, her pastor gave her that gift of completion. You accomplished something. So it's really not about just accomplishing the last parts of your life all the way up to like 102. It's like, did you reach the next milestone? I think that means you died well.